Before we get into today's video, I want to thank our patrons on Patreon. Thank you to Linda and Sophia. If you would like to be a patron on Patreon as well, you can hit up the link down below. The money goes towards the Christo-Pagan church that we are starting here on YouTube. If you would like to support this channel in other ways, you can do so by hitting up the eBay link down below. That is my business. It keeps the lights on, keeps the channel up and running, keeps food in my stomach and all that good stuff. If you do not have the funds to support this channel, but you would like to do so, you can hit up the subscribe button right down there. You can hit up the bell notification also right there. You can hit that like or dislike button. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. And if you've done all that, and if it is safe for you to do so, you can consider sharing this on your social media platforms. Now, to today's video. Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Tarot Talk Tuesday. I want to get into the Eight of Pentacles here real quick. However, I have to say that my taste and smell are coming back a couple days after I had lost it. And I went out to get my Earl Grey and Lavender tea by Twinings, and the commissary on base did not have it. However, Bigelow has a really good lavender and chamomile. It's like a sleepy time tea, but it's actually pretty good. So that's what I'm drinking while doing this video. I talked about it in the lavender video that I did for the Witchy Wednesday. You can go back and watch that one. I talked about that there. Anyway, let's get into the Eight of Pentacles. A little bit about the setup. If you noticed on this one, I did a short little clip beforehand. So that's going to be the kind of standard that I'm going to try to keep for the future videos, since I'm doing these all in bulk. And I do want to give out shout outs to the patrons on Patreon and whatnot. So some little changes here and there that you will be seeing. Anyway, getting into the Eight of Pentacles, let's go ahead and pop up our pictorial key of the tarot and our reference picture. A.E. Waite writes, an artist in stone at his work, which he exhibits in the form of trophies. Okay, I can see this. They're up there sort of like trophies. Okay, gotcha. Showing off what work he does and how good of work he does and whatnot. Before we go on any further, I do want to say, if you look up on there, something that I'm now noticing is each one of those are different. They are not all perfect, and not all of the pentacles are the exact same. So this does give a little note of the handcraftedness of these individual items. So something I just noticed there, and would like to call out whenever I see it. Divinatory meaning: work, employment, commission, craftsmanship, skill in craft and business, perhaps in a preparatory stage. Reversed: voided ambition, vanity, cupidity, that thing, exaction, usury, I guess. Not a word I'm familiar with. I'm not ashamed to say that. It may also signify the possession of skill, in the sense of the ingenious mind turned to cunning and intrigue. Okay. Overall, I'm not disappointed with this definition, this defining terms that A.E. Waite sets out here. Looking at my notes here, the Eight of Pentacles is the card of apprenticeship and mastery. You are working hard to improve your skills and become a master of what you do. You are diligent and hardworking, and you are applying yourself fully to whatever is at the center of your attention. This may indicate further education or study in order to hone your skills. Notice that this individual isn't stopping at just one pentacle. They are continuing to craft and to hone their skills to become a master of their said craft. You are willing to work hard and pay attention to the details. You know you know that you will not learn these advanced skills overnight. This does take time. This is something that's going to, uh, over time, become a mastery. This is not something you read one text and you are a master at. So this can be in your day-to-day life. Usually with Pentacles, I go immediately to finances and business. Honing your skills to keep a budget or make a budget and to keep to said budget is something that is a practiced skill. It's not something that, you do it once and that's it. Not only that, finances do change and circumstances do change in which you need certain amounts of money. Um, let's see. You are working away at the finer details of various aspects of your life. So, hold on, let me finish this thought. In an effort to continuously improve your situation. So, this could be, okay, I would like to go on a diet. Well, my first goal would be 5 pounds. Then my next goal would be 10 pounds. And, gradually and gradually, instead of just saying, I want to lose 50 pounds and that's it. I would have to do those small little bites and work continuously to improve the situation. Something that I have been considering because I have put on some weight. You only see me from like here on up, so y'all don't realize the hot mess that's going on from here on down. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. The husband cooks very well for me. Uh, Whenever I'm not the one at home and him at work, in those circumstances, I cook. So, yes, we are both fairly adept cooks, if I do say so myself. Not to toot my own horn, toot toot, but yes, I will toot my horn that yes, I can cook a darn good meal. And it's not always the most healthy meal. It's sometimes very fattening and delicious, and sometimes the fattening is the most delicious. But getting back onto the topic here, um, again, it's something that you want to improve on the situation. Continuous improvement is kind of one of the uh, the hallmarks, I guess, of this channel is continual improvement, improving on what we've known, and continuously building upon that, making ourselves better and into the best possible self. You are committed to making those changes and to ensuring that you give yourself the best possible chance. If you encounter this card in a reading and are not currently engaged in the activity pursuant of your goals, ask yourself what you could learn or create to better yourself in your circumstances or your circumstances. So, if this is something that's coming up and you're not currently working towards a certain goal, this could be uh, what you call it. This could be the situation where you ask yourself, what you could learn in order to start another goal or to continue bettering yourself. It's hard to put that into words for me right now. This is a card of encouragement and reassurance that the energy you invest in your development will be worthwhile. So a good card overall. I mean, there's no real bad cards. Even the ones that give us like a bad omen are still good in a way. They still have value. They still have substance to them. So this is a very good card to have. It's one of working hard and working diligently to become a better version. Now, looking at the reversed. The reversed is when you are focused on self-improvement and your personal development. This card might come up. You are highly disciplined and focused when it comes to understanding your inner beliefs and behaviors. Uh, and you are dedicated to becoming the best version of yourself. Again, not exactly a bad thing. Um, I will do a caveat to that here in a minute. Um, you are ready and willing to do these things over and over until you see results with your well-being and general happiness. Uh, this also may indicate that you are focused on creating perfection, but to your detriment. This is what I was going to come back to. When you focus on every tiny detail, you lose sight of the bigger picture and why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. So this could become an obsessive type of situation, obsessive compulsive type of situation, where you are so focused on everything being absolutely perfect that it ends up slowing you down and causing you pause, maybe derailing the entire project in and of itself. Your need for perfection is getting in the way of your ability to adapt to change. One thing that I learned whenever I was on the base honor guard is, learn to adapt and overcome. Uh, Ideally, there is a specific way that each and every funeral will be performed. However, whenever you go up to a hearse and you pull out a casket and the casket was in there backwards, because there's a certain way that you're supposed to, um, take the casket to the gravesite and all that, and a certain way the flag is supposed to drape on the casket. But whenever that situation comes up, you have to adapt and overcome. Positions change, and you need to know where you're at and what position you're going to be falling into at that moment. Other things to keep in mind whenever talking about stuff like this is that sometimes, things go wrong. Sometimes people fall in a grave. It's happened. While they're holding the flag and somebody falls, or somebody's cell phone, which you should not have on you, falls into the grave, and you have to wait for the family and everybody else to vacate the area so you can actually hop in the grave and get it. Did not happen to me. I was not on that detail. Sometimes guns don't fire like they're supposed to. Learning to adapt and overcome, learning to adapt and to change is something that is very important, especially for the important things. The overall focus of the funeral detail is giving that congressional mandate of somebody who is honorably discharged a proper burial with military honors. Now, at the end of the day, would it matter if, if the, if taps was played a little, a little off key, if we had a live bugle, would it matter if the flag was not perfect? No, at the end of the day, it would not matter. However, trying to adapt and overcome and correct those mistakes as they happen, calling a refold and, practicing more so taps wasn't off key. Rarely did we have a live bugler, but there were situations and they were usually pretty on point. But anyway, the bigger picture being is that this person was given a proper send-off, and that's kind of what this card in reverse is all about. Is whenever it's in reverse, that or not what it's all about, but one of the things it could be about is that if you're looking at all the little details and all the little missteps here and there, you kind of lose the forest through the trees type of situation, and you don't always see that you're still getting it done. You're still bettering yourself. So try to be less obsessive. Like I try to overly clarify what I mean on this channel, and I end up getting my point across 10 different ways by the time I'm done with the video. So let's go ahead and move on. The reverse also suggests that you are working very hard on a project, but it is not lending to the desired outcome. You're feeling frustrated and disappointed by the lack of success and progress. So this could be where you work and work and work at something, and you seem to be just spinning your wheels, which happens to me quite often. Yeah, okay. Let's just move on from that. It is time to take a step back and assess whether you are indeed focused on the right things, or if you need to shift your focus and bring your activities back into alignment with the broader goals. This is one thing that I have a challenge with right now with the Christo-Pagan church, is that I keep on second guessing myself and going back and saying, well, this has to be just perfect this way, and this has to be just right that way. And at the end of the day, it's going to adapt. It's going to morph into what it's meant to be, and whatever that final incarnation is and what ends up being will be, and it just needs to be that way. And that's one thing that I continuously am second guessing myself. Is this correct? Is this right? And at times I need to step back and say, okay, this is the focus here. This is what we need to do, and regain that alignment to make sure that everything happens the way that it needs to. So that's the Eight of Pentacles. I hope that was fairly in-depth. Yeah. Looking at this card, one thing that I just noticed that I haven't really seen before was this little castle in the background. Now, he's away from everybody. He's doing his own thing. He's perfecting his craft, but something tells me there's a civilization over there that he could very much be a part of, or would rather be a part of. However, he's kind of cloistered away in his own little area, doing his own little thing and paying attention to what he needs to, which is sometimes what's needed, is a little bit of seclusion away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life in order to get some things done, such as being down here in Dover, away from the house, away from the dogs, away from my husband, away from the cats, and being able to do videos. However, COVID kind of put a damper on that, but we're not going to let that get us down, are we? So that's all that I have for the Eight of Pentacles. Join me next time for the Nine of Pentacles, and until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.